family video here, but it was just one of those moments. Like, I had an epiphany. I realized what steps I'm going to need to take to be able to manifest those things and to be able to have the law of attraction work for me. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany with Bits of Brit Leveling Up. I do post new videos every Tuesday about my journey with my physical, mental, financial, and spiritual health. Today's video is going to be about my epiphany with the law of attraction, manifestation, and gratitude. Believe it or not, they all have to do with each other. Most recent epiphany and realization, it made me realize that I was going about the manifestation, the law of attraction journey all wrong. Like, I know that a lot of people always talk about having a gratitude list and all these things that they're grateful for and gratitude for, but I don't feel like I actually ever felt that genuine gratitude that I was trying to be grateful for. So now that I have come this far in my leveling up journey with my mental health and my physical, spiritual, and financial health, with all these different things, I feel like things are finally lining up. And it was because I took that first step of realizing that I needed to make that change for myself. And with this gratitude journey that I have been on, like I mentioned, it made me realize that it has to do with manifestation and law of attraction, because if I can't be grateful for the things that I have, how can I be grateful for when I have more? Bizarre, right? That's what also led me on my declutter journey, because I realized that I had all these belongings, but why did I have them? I didn't need them. I wasn't using them. What was the point of them? I honestly still don't know. Like, I'm still trying to go through my garage and get that stuff done and get that out of here, because I'm so tired of that mental clutter that I'm having with that stuff because of the stuff in the garage. I'm pointing over there because my garage is that way. Because with that stuff there, I continuously add it. Let me show you my to-do list. I'll continuously add it to my to-do lists. I finally switched it over to just one book. So now I have my one book, and then I have my other, like, jotting notes. But so this is the first week that I added, and then the second week, and then this is the third week. So finally I'm like crossing stuff off of these to-do lists. So obviously I'm able to free up this mental clutter that I was having. And so I feel like that's what made me realize and have this epiphany that my manifestation and my law of attraction journey hasn't been where I felt like it's needed to be, or where I wanted to be, or manifested the things that I wanted, because I wasn't grateful for what I have. What I'm pretty much trying to say is that I have always been a person that has looked at the glass as half full. And then when I was going through some stuff, I was looking at it as half empty. Like, oh my God, how can I get it full again? Like, what can I do? Instead of appreciating that half full glass. Like, I was putting so much pressure on myself to try to do all these things, not realizing that all these things were just literally moving the different, I'm going to keep saying mental clutter because that's really what it is. Like, yeah, it is physical clutter as well, but I feel like it took more of a mental toll on myself than it did physically. So with me being able to clear up some space in my home, it cleared up a lot of my mental clutter. So I have been able to work through a lot. Like, I have a lot more clarity on things, and I'm able to communicate with myself. I know that sounds a little weird, but I feel like I'm able to communicate with myself. So when I'm having a quick moment of being snappy or rude or whatever it is, like, I ask myself, like, why are you being that way? Like, this isn't fun, like, this isn't entertaining. Like, I always feel guilty about being snappy or rude to somebody. Like, I'll think about it for days later. So what is causing me to feel this way? 9 times out of 10, there's something else that has been bothering me for a few days or for a while, or there's just that mental thing that I keep putting off in the back and not wanting to deal with because it's stressful, that keeps resurfacing in my behaviors. And so with the gratitude option of being able to realize how grateful I am for these different options, it's literally like, keep talking about it. It's like a switch flipped, and I keep like convincing myself or turning myself into this mindset to be able to realize that yeah, it's a crappy situation, but I would rather be in this crappy situation than any other crappy situation, so it makes me grateful for it. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things that could go wrong in the world, and there's a lot of things that will go wrong in the world, but it doesn't matter what happens, it matters how I react to it. Because if I'm reacting in a bad way or a hateful or neglectful way, then 9 times out of 10, that's the attraction that I'm causing for myself as well. So if I just roll it off as if it's not a big deal and that I'm okay with it and that life is going to go on, then 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm attracting. Those things and those feelings of me not having to worry about that burden of something like. So for example, when I realized that it was okay to love myself the way I was, instead of allowing other people's judgment come in the way, it was literally like eye-opening. Like, I remember crying that day, and it was such a weird cry because I wasn't crying sad tears, I was crying relief. Like, it was genuine relief that I realized I don't need to care what other people think, and other people's thoughts aren't a reflection on how I should feel about myself. And so it's literally like all these different things are coming into play. And when I'm talking about wanting to love myself more, I'm 100% attracting that because I am providing healthy food for my body. That's providing for my physical and my mental health, spiritual health as well, because I'm not going to go into like the chemical mumbo jumbo because honestly I'm not really into that stuff, but I know that the chemical aspects of it affects the brain as well, such as caffeine if you have anxiety or depression. Like, just all those different components that you put into your body contribute to different factors. So with the realization of how much that I need to put into myself, not just with the physical appearance but with the mental appearance as well. And when I say mental appearance, I mean working out. I know that when I work out, it's not just for my physical outer appearance. Like, yes, that is 100% why I wanted to start working out. But once I finally started getting into the groove of working out, I realized how much better mentally I was feeling and spiritually, because I didn't have that extra burden and I'm not sure if this is really true, and endorphins working up in my body that's causing all this extra stress and just all these extra things. I can actually release stress while I'm working out, even if I'm lifting weights. I know that sounds crazy, but when I am sore from working out, it is the best feeling ever. Like, yeah, it sucks sometimes, but I have come to be the person that really enjoys that pain. Like, it makes me realize that I've pushed myself. It makes me appreciate the things that I can do now. And so in this new journey that I mean, not new journey, but as I continue on this journey, I'm going to be figuring out what works for me and what doesn't. And so with my law of attraction, I'm going to try to rework how I'm doing my mantras and how I'm doing my vision board and how I'm just doing different things to be able to show gratitude before anything. And as soon as I've finally feel like I've mastered that gratitude, I'm going to continue to move on to the different steps to be able to try to prove my manifestation to myself. Obviously, I have like my little journals and stuff like that, so I think I'm going to combine it into one journal and just kind of go from there, because if I try to put all my energy in the one, I'm hoping that it proves to myself and that, you know, in here that I can act as if I already have those things. And so that's what I'm going to continue to do. I know this is kind of a long, rambly video here, but it was just one of those moments. Like, I had an epiphany. I realized what steps I'm going to need to take to be able to manifest those things and to be able to have the law of attraction work for me. So if you are interested in watching my journey as I continue to figure out what works, please like this video and subscribe to my channel.